Here, amidst the shimmering skyscrapers of downtown Minneapolis, is quite possibly the city's most popular spot for photographs. It's this statue of Mary Tyler Moore, joyfully tossing her hat in the air, just as she did on her 1970s TV series. And like Mary, Minnesotans really do have an enthusiasm for life, especially the outdoors and the crisp, fresh air here. Steve and Patty Henning, who live in the nearby suburb of Plymouth with daughters Katie and Kelly, are no exception. But my house call here today focuses on one of the more mundane indoor aspects of life, doing the laundry. Like so many others, the Hennings laundry room can use some sprucing up. It's overdue for new shelving and cabinets, and the family would like to upgrade to more energy-efficient appliances. So they've asked me to help. The center of the home, the laundry room, right?
This is it.
So, guys, just kind of fill me in on some of the details. I know we've spoken before. Maybe starting with the appliances. What were you thinking here?
Well, these are, almost 10 years old. Fairly small. It'd be nice to have something a little bit larger since we do a lot of laundry.
The dryer's starting to make funny noises, too. So.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Now, on this end over here, Steve, you've got a workbench over here.
Right.
What would you like to add?
Some more shelving, maybe some cabinetry or something like that. Big thing is organization. I've got it somewhat organized, but it's a messy organization.
Well, we get right to work. And a basic step to just about any room makeover is to start by clearing things out. Now, before we hang any shelves, I've suggested that we spruce up the unfinished wall by covering it with beadboard and giving it a coat of paint. While Steve does that, out in the garage, my carpenter Dave Schulte puts together a variety of ready-to-assemble cabinets, while I work on a plan. This is sort of an X-ray vision drawing here. We're kind of standing outside the room looking through the walls, just to give you some orientation. Here's the new washer and dryer here. And these are the cabinets, these boxes going around here. Some are up on the wall, and some are base cabinets.
Okay.
Now, as I said, this is a starting point. The great thing about this line, this is a line designed by Closet Made for garages and laundry rooms and workshops, is that it's very modular. There are two types of upper cabinets, these with the doors and these with open shelves. They're basically the same cabinet, but they can be used either way.
Right.
And then for the lowers, you've got really three options. This one has all drawers in it. This one has open shelves. And this one has a combination, drawer on top and doors below.
Okay.
After Patty and Steve select their cabinetry, we move them into the laundry room and get ready for installation. Well, guys, let's start by putting up this first wall cabinet right here. Now, this whole system uses a cleat to attach or to mount these wall cabinets to the wall. It's just a strip of wood, like you can see right here, but it's got a bevel cut on one edge. So what we'll do is we'll mount this to the wall like that. And then if you notice, under here, on the inside of this cabinet, there's another piece of wood with a bevel. And these two bevels will sort of just engage each other like this when we put the cabinet up and lock it into place. So this is the cleat that we're going to put up on the wall. We're going to put it up with toggle bolts. So we're going to need to drill some holes in here to install the toggle bolts. So you get the honors.
Okay. This you might want to stand back,
Are you
Ron.
certified on drills?
I'm not, and actually I have never used a drill in my life, so this could be a little dangerous.
Do you mind if I stand further over here? Then?
You know, I would recommend it.
I'm not the least bit worried. Okay, I've given you a little starter mark there.
Okay.
So we're going to, don't pull the trigger yet, just put the tip of it in there.
Okay.
Hold this perfectly straight. Okay, put your other hand right up here.
Okay.
Patty's first drilling experience is a complete success. So we use the cleat as a template to mark the location of our holes on the wall. This is a toggle bolt. And the way this works is we're going to drill a hole in the wall, and we're going to fold these wings down, push it through the hole, and they're going to flip out on the back side of the wall. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. So in order to get this in the wall, though, we've got to drill a rather large hole. So we've matched up the drill bit to the toggle bolt. We've got a drill that's as wide as the toggle bolt is. All right. Push. There you go. You're through.
I guess I'm through.
Good. Good. Just turn it on.
Pull back again?
Pull it out. There you go.
Wow.
And then do this one right here. The center one we won't do for now.
Okay. Well, I never knew power tools could be so fun.
Perfect. Well, poor Steve. His shop will no longer be just his domain, right?
That's right.
You have to share.
You're taking over his tools.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the toggle bolt, we're going to pass it through the cleat, and we're going to screw the toggle on the back side like this.
Okay.
All right? Just push it in. So you notice it won't come out, but obviously it's loose, right? So now we have to tighten it up. So pull it away from the wall.
Okay.
And I'm going to put a driver on the end here. And the reason we're pulling it away is that puts the toggle in contact with the back of the wall and keeps it from spinning. See how it pulls it in? Okay, now if you'll do the same, you pull with one hand and then let the screwdriver do the turning. Good, that's tight. Good. Patty, grab this side.
Okay.
Now we're just going to lift it right into place, right over that cleat. Isn't that simple?
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
a
it's very
really
simple.
secure hanging system.
You know, Ronnie, giving Patty all these tips on power tools, you're going to make her realize how easy it actually is. And so every time I complain when I'm working hard, she's going to know I'm not.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, on the other hand, maybe you should be more sympathetic when you want to buy the next power tool.
I could be, yeah.
But then again, you'd have to share it. I don't know. I think we're getting into a can of worms here. That looks good, guys. Now, the only thing we have to do now is put one screw down here, right here, to sort of lock this in place. So nothing. If you bump this, it wouldn't pop up off the cleat.
Okay.
All right. Give it a tug. Is it solid? Yeah. Love it.
It's good.
Steve and Patty put the finishing touch on this wall cabinet, and in no time, we're ready to close the door on phase one of this project. It can just sit here as a freestanding unit. If you'll notice down here, we've got adjustable legs. These just turn. So in this case, it's in pretty good shape.
Great.
If the floor were uneven, we could screw those legs up or down until we got this level and not rocking. The other option is we can simply, if we want to attach this to the wall, we can run a screw through the back right into the same wall stud we used to tie the upper cabinet in.
Okay.
So you want to tie it in, you think?
I think it's fine the way it is. Don't you? It feels pretty solid.
Kind of like a dresser.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. All right, now what I'd like to do is to move on this in this direction and install a wire hanging shelf up here. Our shelves will need to be cut to size, so Patty and Steve measure the space, transfer the measurement to the shelf, then cut it to the proper length with bolt cutters. Excellent. Now, to put that wire shelf up, we've got to install little wall clips about every 12 inches. Patty, I've given you just some starter marks out there. If you drill a 1/4-inch hole. Steve hammers in the wall clips. Then he and Patty snap the shelf into place. Next, we reinforce the shelf by attaching this brace to the front. Once the shelf is level, I mark the location of the screw hole on the wall. Then we drill a 1/4-inch hole, tap in a plastic anchor, and secure the brace with a screw. The general rule is you want no more than 3 feet between each of these bracings to prevent the shelf from sagging. So let me grab a couple more.
All right. Simple.
Next, we're going to install cabinets over the washer and dryer. But since this wall is concrete, we use a different type of drill. That's great. Now you may have noticed that this made kind of an unusual noise. This is not just a drill. This is a hammer and a drill. As this rotates, it also is hammering back and forth, which should make pretty quick going of these holes up here.
All right.
So go ahead and drill those in. I'd say about 1.5 inches deep ought to do it. We're using a carbide-tipped masonry drill bit, designed for use in concrete, stone, and other hard materials. Now, this is what we're going to use to fasten that cleat onto the concrete blocks. This is called a concrete anchor, a concrete screw. If you look really closely at the tip of them, you'll see this kind of a pyramid shape there.
Right.
They're sort of designed to bore and pull their way into a hole. With the cleat attached, we mount the second cabinet and use an additional concrete screw to secure the bottom to the wall. Now, Steve, I think it's time to start building you a workbench here.
Great.
So these cabinets, I think, will form the basis for it. You want to run that leg down a little bit there? Seems like this floor might be a little bit high in the back. Base number 2. These cabinets will be the base for Steve's new workbench. We're going to salvage the countertop from his old workbench, which we'll install on top of this lumber. The reason I put these on is I need to raise it up a little bit to give you some clearance for the drawer.
Okay.
So let's bring the countertop in now.
With the countertop in place, Steve and I mount another set of cabinets above the workbench.
Workbench needs plenty of storage up above.
We've got more than enough now.
Finally, it's time to bring in our new washer and dryer.
Here's your new dryer.
Pretty slick, huh?
It's going to save you a bundle on
Slicker
your
if it-
energy bill,
if it
too.
fits in there.
No. There was doubt.
Well, Patty's doubt is soon put to rest as the dryer slides neatly into place. We adjust the legs in order to bring both machines level, and soon after, our makeover is complete.
I think you're going to really enjoy this. This is called the Duet from Whirlpool. And it, as you can see, it's a front-loading washing machine. But to me, the most important thing is this is an Energy Star appliance right here, which means you're going to cut your water usage by about 65% and your utility bill by about 70%.
Great.
And this is a feature I love over here in the dryer. It's got the sweater rack. You know, just lay the sweater in
Yeah.
there for really delicate
Yep.
things that you know, you don't want tumbling in there. It does require a special detergent. Tide's got a new version up here called high efficiency detergent, so I'll leave you a big supply of that.
Good, thanks.
So you're all
Wow.
set.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I like these pedestals too.
The pedestals are great.
Yeah.
Brings
You
them
know,
up to a nice height where you can in and out of
exactly.
them
You
easily.
don't have to bend over. And another great thing is that's not lost space down here, but it actually is storage area.
Speaking of storage, Steve and Patty now have plenty of it. There's a place for everything, and that goes a long way toward keeping any space organized. Now, I'm not going to say that this will make doing the laundry fun, but it will make the job easier, and maybe even lift the spirits of anyone who spends time here.